Hello everyone, you're welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to show you my recent recipe on how I prepared seafood okra soup. After the last time I prepared this soup, it has been on high demand in the house. But this time I did something different. I added crab. I hope you enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed filming it. Please don't go anywhere. Relax and watch to the end. I have some yellow and red atarodo pepper. This is scotch bonnet pepper. I also have one onion. These are already washed. I'm going to slice them up, transfer into my blender, add a little water, and I'll blend until it is nice and smooth. I already washed my snail, so I'm just transferring it into my pot. I also added some stockfish. This is the fleshy part of stockfish. To season this, I went in with some of the pepper. I also added some seasoning cubes, salt, and I added enough water. I'm going to let this cook for about 10 minutes.
Make we dey struggle, make we dey hustle. This world tough oh, onye na-ejiri ego nwụrụ anwụ. If money dey for your pocket.
The last time I prepared seafood okra, I didn't use crab, but I saw a lot of videos online and they used crab. So this time I decided to try it. I went to ShopRite and I got this crab for 3,005 or thereabouts. For someone that have not used crab before to cook, I looked online to check how to wash and clean it properly. I checked a lot of videos and I got what I was looking for. So this is me struggling to open the crab before I can clean it. It took a while for me to do this, but finally I was able to do it. I can't really tell what crab tastes like. Growing up in River State in Port Harcourt, I think I tasted crab at one point, but I can't really remember. So, but this crab, I don't really know. It's just bones. I don't what is so special about this because I'm yet to find out. So I was finally able to open the crab and it's made a mess. I took out the orange, that thing I'm taking out. What is that? I took it out and I washed this thoroughly. So I would like to know what is so special about crab, or did I get the wrong one? Are there crabs that have a lot of flesh on it? Because personally, I think this is just peer pressure. I watched this for about 20 minutes or more because I really wanted to get rid of all those orange and slimy things. I can't really tell what they are, but I washed it, and when I was done washing it, I was very okay with what I got. Now, what is that other thing I just removed now? I hope I washed it properly. I've heard that there are male and female crab. What's the difference? Please comment below if you have any idea.
Make we dey struggle, make we dey hustle. This world tough oh, onye na-ejiri ego nwụrụ anwụ. If money dey for your pocket, ị na-aba asọmpa. Onye ọbụla chụba ego, onye arakwa na nwanne ya. Onye si n'ụba dị njọ taba afụfụ. Onye arakwa na nwanne ya. Kabarụ gbaba mbọ gbata ego, ka ị na-aba mba. Chop life with your brother, onye arakwa na nwanne ya.
I kept washing the crab and changing the water until the water ran clear. And when I was done with it, it was sparkling clean. It was super clean. Just look at that, sparkling. I have my prawns and shrimps here, and I already seasoned them with some salt, seasoning cubes, and black pepper. I'll also be using croaker fish for this, and these two have been seasoned with some seasoning cubes, black pepper. So this is my sparkling clean crab. I have my dried fish here, mangala. And of course, I have the main ingredient for today's recipe, which is okro. I have some green and fresh okra. Like I mentioned the last time, it is best to buy the okra on the day you're to use it or a day before so the okra retains its freshness, because the sliminess of this soup is determined greatly on how fresh the okra used in preparing the soup is. The last time I sliced the okra into two different shapes. I sliced one portion into thin slices and I sliced the other portion into large chunks. The ones I sliced into large chunks, I used my mortar and pestle to pound it to get a very slimy consistency. But this time I'm going to use my hand grater to grate it. It will actually give the same result, or I even think this one is better. The goal is to achieve a very slimy okra soup. So I recommend you try out both methods and use the one that works best for you. So after slicing the okra and grating the other portion of the okra, I transfer them into two different plates and I set them aside.
If money there for your pocket, in a basamba.
My vegetable of choice for this soup is uziza leaf. Like I mentioned the last time I prepared seafood okra, I haven't tried uziza leaf in my okra soup up until the time I prepared that soup. And I remember telling you guys that after using it, I'll come back and give you my feedback. So this is me telling you that uziza leaf is very, very good when making seafood okra soup. I think okra soup in general, I think it elevates the tastes. So these are already washed. I'll just proceed to slice and transfer into a plate, and then I'll set it aside until when I'm ready to use it. If you do not like uziza leaf, you can use the seeds, or there are other vegetables you can choose from like ugu or spinach. The snails and stockfish have been cooking for about 12 minutes now and it's almost ready. In a separate pot, I heated up some palm oil and to that I added some chopped onion. I let this fry for about 2 minutes and then I went in with the yellow pepper as usual. After adding the yellow pepper, I fried for a minute and then I added the red pepper. You might want to add the yellow and the red pepper together. It's okay. But if you want to try out this particular recipe, then you have to add them separately and fry separately because they have different flavors and you want all that flavor. You're trying to build flavors here. After adding them, I let it fry for about 5 minutes until it was ready to accept the rest of my ingredients. Next, I went in with some seasoning cubes and then I gave it a good stir. I added the cooked snails, stockfish, and the stock I got from cooking them into my pot and I gave it a good stir. Next, I went in with my croaker fish. I placed the fish gently inside the pot. This fish doesn't take so long to cook, and this is the fish I used the last time. So this should be ready in about 3 to 5 minutes. Once inside the pot, I used some of the sauce to cover the fish, and then I covered it and allowed it to cook.
Make we dey struggle, make we dey hustle. This world is tough, oh. Only let
After cooking the fish for about 4 minutes, I went back to check on it and it is ready. I took it out of the pot. This is just to give me enough room for mixing when I add in the rest of my ingredients and also to prevent the fish from scattering inside the pot. Now, as you can see from this video, the head of the fish is already beginning to scatter. And once it scatters inside the pot, we have a lot of bones in the soup and that is not what we want. Next, I went in with my prawns, shrimps, crabs, deboned fish, grounded crayfish. I gave it a good stir and I continued to cook. I cooked for about 5 minutes.
onye si n'ụbadị njọ taba afụfụ onye rapụla nwanne ya kabanụ gbaba mbọ gbata ego onye
I added extra water because I felt like the soup needed more water. At this point, you might want to taste and adjust your seasoning if necessary.
with your brother, onye rakwala nwanne ya.
5 minutes later, I went in with the grated okra and I used my spoon to break it up into smaller pieces. After doing this, I covered and allowed it to cook for about 3 minutes. During this time, the okra will release its sliminess.
Make we dey hustle. This world tough oh, onye na-ejiri ego nwụrụ anwụ. If money dey for your pocket, ị na-aba asọmpa. Onye ọbụla chụba ego, onye rakwana nwanne ya. Onye si n'ụba dị njọ taba afụfụ. Onye rakwana nwanne ya. Kabarụ gbaba mbọ kpata ego, ka ị na-aba mba.
Next, I went in with the sliced okra and I gave it a good stir to combine properly.
Onye si n'ụba dị njọ taba afụfụ. Onye rapụla nwanne ya. Kabarụ gbaba mbọ kpata ego, ka ị na-aba mba. Chop life with your brother, onye rapụla nwanne ya.
highlifeng.com.
Finally, I added the uziza leaf and I allowed it to cook for about 2 minutes. Have I mentioned the aroma in my kitchen? Because it smelled heavenly in here. The aroma in my kitchen was on a different level.
Ka ị na-aba mba. Chop life with your brother, onye rapụla nwanne ya. Onye si n'ụba dị njọ taba afụfụ. Onye rapụla nwanne ya. Kabarụ gbaba mbọ.
I introduced the fish back into the pot, gave it one last stir, and I turned off the cooker. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed filming it. Please don't forget to like, share, and drop your comments in the comment section. I love to read them. And please, if you're here to subscribe to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join the family. Thank you all for stopping by, and I would love to see you all in my next one. Bye.